Hey guys, it's Youthlink Makeup Girl and I'm here with the Youthlink to do a tutorial on how to basically do it yourself with makeup. And we're going to do a date tonight look. For this date tonight look, all you're going to need to do basically is add a few tweaks. It takes about 2 minutes to transition from your day look to your night look. It's quick and it's easy. So if you want to see the rest, just stay tuned. This is an eyebrow wand or a spoolie from e.l.f. I'm just going to comb your brows. So you should have them groomed already, so you just want to follow your shape. And I'm going to be using Maybelline Eye Studio eyeliner to fill my brows. And what you're going to do is just follow that natural shape. You'll find that when you use the gel liner to do your brows, it lasts a lot longer than pencil and it doesn't look too crazy. Okay. After that, you just want to use a brown eyeshadow. You can use any kind of brown powder. And you're gonna just set the eyebrows so it lasts longer. So I'm using a dark brown. And I'm just gonna go over the brow. And this will make sure that your eyebrows last all day. Okay, next step. After that, I'm going to use a concealer. I'm going to use this color from this palette to trace my brow, the parameter, just to get it neater and get a sharper line as over here. And eyebrows are like sisters, not twins, so you don't have to worry about them not being 100% identical. And all these lines will fade once you put on your foundation and everything, so don't worry. And I'm just going to blend this down here. And this is going to be the color for my highlight under my brow. Next, I'm going to apply this NYX Jumbo Pencil. This is going to help the eyeshadows look a lot brighter, because a lot of times some eyeshadows seem pretty dull, but all they need is a base. So sometimes it's not that it's not showing on your skin, you just need to get a good base, and that will help the eyeshadows appear a lot brighter and last a lot longer. I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. Okay. Next, I'm going to apply this light shimmery color here all over my lid. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush. And just pat that on. Then I'm going to go on to the crease color. For the crease color, I'm going to be using a pinky color. A light pink, nothing too bright. And I'm going to apply that to my crease. Next, I'm going to apply this purpley color to the outer end of your crease. When you're applying your eyeshadow, you want to keep the closer part to your nose the lightest and darkest towards the end. Next, I'm going to take a pink, so it's a brighter, that over the light on. And a tad darker purple. This is optional, just to give it to look at it some more depth. Apply a darker one just there. Next is your highlight, and for that I'm gonna use this Play highlight. Should be a couple shades lighter than your skin tone. I'm just gonna apply that under my brow with a blending brush. And e.l.f. Black and Seal with lino, and I'm going to be using this sparkly black from Wet n Wild. So all I'm going to do is put a couple drops right here. Dip the brush and then dip it in the shadow. And that gives you the liner. Applying your mascara, you want to apply it to the tips of your lashes first, and then work to at the base in like a zigzag motion and pull it up. Okay, next we're moving on to the face, and I'm going to be using Hard Candy's face primer. And this is just going to smooth out your face and give it basically a base for the makeup to adhere to. This is optional, but it's very good if you want to keep your makeup in place all day. You can use your fingers or a brush. If you're using your fingers, you want to ensure that they're clean. Also, when you're selecting a primer for your face, you want to be aware of your skin type. If you're very oily, you have to ensure that the primer that you're using is not oil based, because that's just going to make your makeup even more oily. Alright, so after that now, I'm going to be using, my foundation I'm using today is Black Opal, and I'm mixing two. I usually mix two because the periphery of my face tends to be darker than here. So I'm going to be using Rich Caramel and Heavenly Honey. So when applying your makeup, you can use a brush or you can use a wet sponge. So what I'd recommend you do, if you're using a sponge, you can use water. A wet sponge is always better because it thins out the makeup, it doesn't go on as heavy. I'm just going to wet this. Alright. So when you're applying your foundation, you want to fan out from your nose. So you don't want to be pulling down on your forehead, you want to fan out from your nose. So the nose is center and you want to fan out. And take it into your hairline. This foundation is full coverage, so you don't really need a concealer. When you find that you have areas you want to hide, you just apply a little bit more product there. Okay, and this is one side complete. I'm going to do the next side now. Now I'm going to apply the lighter foundation here to my cheekbones. This tends to be the lighter area of most people's faces. I'm just going to apply this one here. Also, applying a lighter color under your eyes will kind of raise any look of like deep dark circles that you may have. This is an e.l.f. powder brush flat top, but you can use it for cream as well. It's flat, kind of round. I'm just going to put some water on this as well. Water is important so your foundation doesn't look too heavy. It's just going to thin it out, especially if you're using a full coverage foundation. You can always use water to thin it out so you don't look too cakey. Just blending everything out. After the blending, you may decide that you need to add a little bit more to an area. As you see here, I have like a little mark right there, so I'm just gonna put a little more. Just pat it on the spot with the same damp sponge. Just blend that out. We're moving on to a highlighter. This is really good if you're not really big on outer eyeshadow. You just want your skin to pop. This is kind of an illuminator, and you put it right here on top of your cheekbones where like light would naturally hit your face. And I'm going to apply that with very lightly with a fan brush right here. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is blush. Blush is great when you apply foundation. A lot of people are kind of afraid of it, but if you apply it right, then you'll be okay. Blush should kind of add color to your skin tone. It shouldn't be like all the way in, like way in your face, unless you're doing some kind of theatrical makeup. But you want your blush to kind of blend with your skin. So I'm gonna use these colors are always great. You can get kind of a natural look to it. The orange and this kind of reddy orange. It's really great. You want to apply your blush very lightly. So also people are kind of confused as to where you should apply a blush. Blush should be draw an imaginary line from the top of your ear down here, and this is your cheekbone. You apply blush from here to here. You don't want to pass your pupil when you're applying blush. So you can look here, you don't want to pass here, and it should be a diagonal line. So I'm going to be using this orangey one today with a stippling brush. I'm just going to apply this. It's going to blend with the highlights of it, and that's okay. You want your makeup to blend. So it doesn't matter if it's kind of crossing with the highlighter. Next side. And if you find that your blush is a little bit too bright, you can always tame it down with a loose powder when you're finished. Right now, I'm going to show you another trick that I use. This is great for persons who may have round faces like mine. It's kind of round, and you want to give your face a bit more structure. I'm going to be using a powder that's a couple shades darker than my skin tone. And I'm going to be contouring by my temple, which is here. I'm going to blend it out, don't worry. Here. Draw that line. I'm going to be doing under your cheekbone to give you that kind of chiseled bone structure, or that appearance of at least. And the next side. I'm going to take this powder brush, another one, and I'm going to blend out that line. You shouldn't see any lines when you're done. You're basically just creating a shadow and an illusion. And up here. That's it. You can do a fish face if it helps. And this color is a matte color. It shouldn't be too shimmery because your blush already has shimmer and your highlighter has shimmer. So you want to keep this very matte. Okay, what we're going to do now is apply the loose powder. If you're using a cream or a liquid foundation, you have to set it with a powder. And I'm using this Black Opal Finishing Deluxe powder in neutral light. It comes in 4 shades: light, medium, dark, and deep. So you can get one that's closest to your skin tone. And what I'm going to do is just shake it up a bit and apply it to my stippling brush. You don't want to powder where you have your highlights right here, because you want there to have that shine. And as I told you, if your blush is a bit too bright, just put a little bit of that powder over it and it's gonna lighten up. You can also use a powder puff to do this, especially if you have very oily skin. The powder puff is gonna help set it even better because you're pressing the powder in. And then to complete this daytime look, all you really want to apply is lip gloss, and I'm using this one from Liplicious in Sugared Macaroon. It's like a flavor and stuff. This one's pretty nice. I'm just gonna apply this with a smudge brush. If it's your personal stuff, then you can definitely just use your fingers or just apply it. You can apply that very lightly. Okay, to transition to nighttime now, we can do a few simple stuff just to make it look kind of pop. So you're coming from school or work or wherever and you're going out tonight and you want to just add that extra flair. I'm gonna add a few little tweaks to the eyeshadow to make it pop more. This is a mineral eyeshadow in Soft Cloud. It's kind of just, it's cream with some sparkles, pinky kind of off-white kind of color. And I'm just gonna use a tiny brush. I'm just gonna pat that on to where we had that light white color, well, cream color. I'm just gonna add a little extra flare. It has that shimmery effect. It's a quick, easy way to go from like day to night. Next, I'm going to be taking a deep purple color from this palette, this one. I'm going to apply this to the outer end of my eye, right here. After that, I'm just going to take the black and I'm going to use a brush, a flat brush, to apply this to the outer end, just to add a little bit more depth. I'm just going to kind of give you that smoky effect without being too dark or just black. A common misconception is that smoky just means like full black eyes, but this can be considered a smoky eye too. You just want to blend it out, blend out that deep color, and you got it. Another way to add some flair is by using our colored liner. So I'm going to be using this sparkly blue liner. And this is from Hard Candy. I'm going to be applying this to my bottom lash line. Okay. Next thing, we're going to use the mascara. Especially if you wear glasses, applying mascara to your bottom lashes is very important. So I'm just going to apply it to my bottom lashes. And to do this best, you have to make the creepy face, you know, the face. So bear with me. I'm going to do the face and you're going to try to get the bottom lashes. I'm going to go over my top lashes since I kind of got some eyeshadow on them from when I was adding to it. And the next thing I'm going to do is tweak the lips. So I'm going to be using a lip pencil actually. This is an easy way to have your lipstick last all day is by using a pencil instead of lipstick. And I'm just gonna apply that. You have to, one thing though, if you're using a pencil, you have to ensure that your lips are moisturized, or that's just gonna crack and look really awful. Just pencil it all in. And there you have your lip color. Just to add a little extra pop, I'm gonna apply this shimmery pink shadow, and this is from Sephora, but it's, what's this called? Anastasia. I'm just gonna apply this to the center of my lips only. Just to the center. That's about it. Your day tonight look.